John Dore, my strength and conditioning coach. You are the most popular man on the internet right now. Got even more questions for you. This question comes from Elijah in Logan.
Yep.
Injured at the minute with his legs or knee or something.
Yep.
Wants to do 4 weeks to rejuvenate his season. How can he do the cardio if his leg's busted?
Rightio. So, just because your leg's busted doesn't mean the rest of your body is busted as well. So there's plenty of things you can do. Elijah, there's we could get the battle ropes out. It doesn't have to be a battle rope. It could just be something heavier. If you can have access to a rowing machine, we can do stuff with your legs off the rowing machine.
Boxing.
Boxing's another one. Again, depending on how bad his knee injury is, which didn't really say, let's just say, assuming he's in some form of brace, maybe we might have to sit down and do it. We could stand on one leg and do it. Yeah. There's always an alternative to find a way to
You can box without moving your legs, I suppose. You just got to lean on the leg that's all right.
Yeah, exactly. So, you're going to sacrifice some technique. But that's not really we're not doing boxing.
And what about the work-rest ratios? I would have thought, tell me if I'm wrong, that if you looked at the videos and they're running for 30 seconds, he should just punch as hard as he can for 30 seconds and then have the equivalent rest and then...
Yeah, look, it is like that again. It's a matter of you try and work as hard as you can for those periods of time, exactly like I have prescribed for those people running. I suppose it's not as specific to the sport as possible. Elijah may find when he goes back, he might not be as fit, but what we're trying to do is we're just trying to maintain. It's not he's not going to get any improvements. He'll just be able to maintain. So when he comes back, he won't be behind the pack. Yep.
Yeah, that's good. And obviously, when he's laid up with an injury, he's going to be worried about losing. So
exactly.
No, that's good. Good answer. No name on this one for some reason, and the email was one of those really strange emails that you can't tell who it is.
Yeah, right.
I would not read the email address out on this interview because I might get closed down. Yeah. Should I do weights day before a game?
Should you do weights day before the game? I would say no. What we have when you do weights is you get muscle damage. And what muscle damage will do is it can decrease your ability to use those muscles and therefore performance.
Yeah.
If the question was 2 days before the game, for the strength and conditioning coaches out there, there's been a bit of discussion happening around the place that I've been reading and listening to about doing only concentric movements. So like the up phase, the heavy phase of the lift. Yeah. Because we find that the muscle soreness actually comes from the eccentric, which is the lowering phase.
Yeah, okay.
So if we have players not feeling sore, they'll be able to maybe go into a game and they won't think about, I'm sore, put their bodies in awkward positions.
I mean, just answering that question simply as well, with me being a head coach, I'd be saying to the players, don't do weights a day before a game.
Yeah. It is common sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
there's so many boys, and in particular, and girls who play the game, and even when they're adults, they're just so desperate to do some kind of activity, aren't they, before the game, and jumping out the skills.
And I know with my high school team, sometimes it's a matter of you've got to hold them back because they're just like, I just want to get in there, I just want to get some work done. So,
this is a question from Mick in Slacks Creek. I coach an under-13 side. Can they follow 4 weeks to rejuvenate their season? And I must say, I'm assuming they mean the weights as well.
Yes.
Under-13s.
Righto, under-13s. So there's this common misconception around, and I remembered hearing it when I was growing up, of you can't do gym unless you're if you're 13 and you got to wait till you're 16, otherwise it stunts your growth. Well, that's actually not true. That's come from people looking at weightlifters, professional weightlifters.
Is it not true, or has it just not been proven?
Okay, you've made a good point there. Yeah. I haven't seen anything, so if someone can find some research, I'd be happy to change my opinion of it.
Yeah.
A lot of the time they look at weightlifters, they're short, and the reason why they're short is just it's a talent ID thing. It's easier to lift the weight higher if you're shorter. So there should be no issue with them doing gym. The biggest concern with that is making sure that technique is the main focus. Because what can commonly happen, especially with 13-year-olds, is that they get sidetracked. There's always something happening. There may not be someone spotting, or they may be doing, they've got an arched back trying to do a squat or something like that. So injury risk there, that's my main concern with it. But with my 13-year-old kids at Ipswich State High School, we're in the gym doing stuff. I've got no issues with it at all. Conditioning-wise, I think it's part of your role as a coach to be able to look at something and see whether it fits or not. Maybe the amount of work they're doing in the 4 weeks to rejuvenate your season, it might be a little too hard, a little too easy. So on that note, it's just, you know, your coach's eye, I think. There's the work to rest ratios are fine. Maybe a case of reducing the distance and stuff like that.